You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running, but you can't run away from yourself. 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 MKO. This Obaseki issue, I think I will have to make time. We'll have two people from Edo State. Baba Dodos. Is it more? Is it more? Yeah. We'll have to talk about this Obaseki issue. I need two people from Edo State, one pro Obaseki and one anti-Obaseki. We'll have them here together. Well done, my brother. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. Whatever affects one state affects every other state. Some people don't know it. Same formula everywhere. They will soon tell us why they are swapping parties like tomorrow no day. Of course, we don't show again. No, we don't show again. We don't show again. We don't show again. Yeah. Every's bank. Now you know what will be your problem this morning. No. Now you know what will be your problem this morning. My people. Guys, please let me share with friends and family. Let's just give it 2 minutes for our people to join in. The earlier stream went down. Thank you. Yeah, we just went live. Don't you look for these people you started this morning again? You know get work. You know get work. You know get work. We'll be live on air today. Why not challenge him for you people have started again? You people have started again. Hello. One day I'm fine. You people have started again. Yeah. Jeffrey, I beg, help me share it that side. Jeffrey, help me share it that way. Yeah, in 1 minute we'll start. Good morning, Jamil. Jamil, how are you? Yeah. Well done, guys. Welcome. Let's wait for our friends and family. Ezanata, I see you, brother. Yeah. I can't believe you are the one telling people selling people into slavery. It is very bad for you. Your father, just. Oh, my people. If someone calls you stupid, you will be doing yourself a great favor by not acting stupid. After you look for who is mocking you people. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Jeffrey. You'll be looking for who is mocking you when you are the one mocking yourself. You are waiting. You are waiting. Thank you. Bonjour. Ça va? One day, chica, Dick. We are fine, Dick, yo. Put the link to come in. Why would you want to come in when I haven't started the show? You people, is this how you behave? Is this how you used to do? Thank you. Sleepless night. My people, please. this apology tour these people are going, I wonder who they think they are fooling with it. Eh? Please. What's wrong with all these people with their apologies? How can you apologize when the war is not over? You are beating someone and you are apologizing. Imagine, Tower, I saw you. Tower, I saw you. No, you are mocking me. You are mocking me. Someone heard me. Someone called me academy here. I think that person must have known me for a long time. Not all these fools. Mike, I'm fine. So all this fake apology talk from all these people, how exactly are we going to accept it? Who in their right mind would accept such an apology? Justice. You called a nerve, you hit a nerve there. So my people, who in their right minds will accept such a phony, calling it phony is just belittling the word phony, because this is just as fake as it gets. Bank of England, of all people, the Bank of England. Hold on, guys. The stock market, what are they trading there? You ask yourself. I'm a shareholder in this company. I'm a shareholder there. The stock market, the Bank of England you're seeing, the London Stock Exchange. You see, every time when we are talking about all these foreign bodies, people don't seem to get it. Remember the people who criticize, saying some rubbish now, are the same people who were telling us, hey, talk about only Nigeria. Why are you focused on international politics? Hey, this is where the command comes from. When they give the order, your CBN governor must accept it, whether you like it or not. Capitalism, hey, not wait, we are going to break it down. What you're seeing is fascism masquerading as capitalism. There is nothing bad about capitalism. You know what capitalism is? It's free enterprise. Ask yourself what you have now. Is it a free enterprise? Why is it that the law is slanted against the small man? Check your politicians. They have their constituency, and that they are representing your state doesn't mean that you are their constituency. Their constituency is are the people in their class. It is class constituency. And you can tie it back, you can tie into this banking system, the central banking system. Why? Check all the countries that are at war with America, or not at war with America, that are defending themselves against America and the European powers. They are all people who refuse to adopt the central banking system, of which the Bank of England is an integral part of it. It's a pivotal part of it. Swiss francs and the German Dutch too. I don't really understand. My dear, hold on. Hold on, my people. Look at the stock exchange. The City of London controls the whole United Kingdom. London is different from the City of London. The person in charge of the City of London is the Lord Mayor of London. It's a state within a state, just like you have the Vatican. Now check, the Vatican Bank controls the Catholic Church and its estate. Do you know the estate they control in the whole world? They still do. The Bank of England and the Church of England are the same. Then in the Bank of England, you have the aristocrats, the British aristocracy, running things for the system, and at the top of that system is the British crown. On top of it sits the British crown. That is why even the Anglican, check the Anglican Church, when you look at their emblem, you either see a crown or a bishop's mitre. This is their headgear, the fish headgear, which, by the way, is an ancient headgear from Babylon. And remember, there used not to be a boundary between Africa and Babylon. The Suez Canal is fake. It's an artificial canal. Okay? It's an artificial canal. Without it, you will see how broad Africa is. And all these religions you see are copied from older ancient religions, copied from old, much more older tradition of a certain group of people. If you don't see the British crown, you will see the bishop's mitre. Then there on that mitre will be drawn the crown. And when you see, you say, no, it's church. They separated church from state, but the Queen of England is still the head of the church. If she dies, when she dies now, they will install someone else, and the person will still be in charge of it. And these people and the Bank of England are the same. Okay? The Bank of England, the London Stock Exchange, you are seeing, then they used to trade slaves as stocks. I've shown you the names of the people that ran slavery. Those are the real corporations. They are the barons that own all those things. They are loaning money to the British people. You know, when they tell you that debt is slavery, this is what we mean by it. Those days, they used to trade slaves because slaves give them free labor, not even cheap labor, free labor. With it, they have money. With money, you have power. With power, you dominate. Those days, slaves used to be the commodities in demand. Today, they have machines. Machines have replaced humans. Now, you don't need humans to work again. What you need is the raw material. You need more raw material now to manufacture things. Guess what? The same people who were stealing slaves from Africa are still the ones taking raw materials from Africa today. Have you seen how slavery has not ended? Have you seen it? See how slavery is continuously being run from behind the curtain. Now they've controlled all the institutions that are supposed to educate you on it. Those institutions are seen as people that are watching the people in power. Meanwhile, they are colluding with them. They are colluding with power instead of keeping an eye on them. I'm talking about your schools, your media houses, your so-called civil liberty organizations, your so-called human rights commissions. They are not there to educate you. Now they are telling the ordinary minds about their apologies. How? Have you asked yourself why the dollar went from 148 to 170 to 200, 220, 250, 280, 300, 320, 315, 340, 342, 348, 350? Who is manipulating it? When you talk about World Bank Group, you are getting loan from the World Bank. There's a reason they call it the World Bank Group. It doesn't mean that the whole world owns it. No, 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 no. It's a private corporation. In there, you find the Bank of England, the Bank of Germany. You find now they call it ECB, the European Central Bank. Hello, 1 minute, guys. Hold on. 1 minute. Please let me answer my mom. Hello, why? Hello, Kedemen. Adam Munu Akwan. Na nke mmiri ozuzo a ngwa chee ka mmecha vidio ka mkpọchi ya ga-azụ biko. My dear, I don't dodge am since Thursday. I don't dodge this woman time. Hey, it's a rainfall in Nigeria, man. That's what it did. My people, let me tell you, when you talk about the World Bank, you are talking about the banks that are owned by the same people that called the Congo Congress. They are a group of people. That's why a phone call. The same people own your rating agencies, Fitch. What do you call them? S&P, Standard and Poor's, the rating institutions. Just with one call, they will change everything. The European banks have come under one umbrella, the European Central Bank. When they tell you that they are saving the European Union because they want Europe to come together, no. They want their investments to be together, so another person will not run a system that will be contrary to what the central power wants, which will make the other people demand to have such a system too. Now you see why the European unity is a Trojan horse. You see how it is a Trojan horse. My brother Zigwe Kala said, says we need reparation, not apology. No, we need them to go leave first. They have to leave first. They've not left. They would have to leave first. They are still trading slaves. Yes, your resources. Then they needed manpower. Let me tell you why the Anglican Church allowed slavery to end. They allowed it because they entered into their industrial age. Go and check that. Go and check when machines started popping up and when they released slaves. Without the advancement in technology, they wouldn't have ended the transatlantic slavery. When did America and Europe started becoming friends again? Hey, these Americans have always known that these European powers are killers. They are the ones that sent their ancestors over there. Now, when they got there, they were able to take power away from them. That is why you are seeing this fake revolution. The Europeans have come back. Oh. The Europeans have come back because Americans have taken power gradually. You people don't know what happened in 2016. There was supposed to be a coronation. Okay? There was supposed to be a coronation. Until there wasn't. This is not my support for all Donald Trump's policies. Not every policy of his gets my thumb up. Now he is beginning to understand it. The way Americans are we have been engineering wars, internal strifes in all the countries in the world is the way they are suffering it now. The same people have come, every resources, all of their resources are channeled towards the US election. They are all channeled to that place. So Trump supporters are not all dumb. Yes, there are those who believe that he will snap his finger and all the evil people will die away. Hey, when he's saying drain the swamp, now he's understanding why people in his party got agitated. Because when you want to drain the swamp, you have to drain your party too. The movement that put him in government is being empowered, is being ridiculed. They are being derided as racist. No. The people are tired. Ha! Oh, type again. The people are tired. The people are very, very tired. I don't know where these idiots are coming from. Obama was the last straw. And they keep on doing all this fake. See, since Donald Trump won his election, you will hear about hate crime, one hate crime after another, hate crime after hate crime, hate crime after hate crime. Guess what? 96% of them have been proven to be false. You think that there is KKK everywhere. Hey, when you are talking about the KKK, look at the party that owned the KKK, that formed the KKK. It's the Democratic Party. The Democrats. It's their military. Hey, go online, you see KKK marching in their convention. When they are telling you Americans of the 50s, they want to go back to the Americans of the 50s. Guess who were the racists then? And they are still the ones today. Check where they live. The richest neighborhoods in America vote overwhelmingly for the Democrats. Look at Washington. Look at California. Look at New York. You are not making points. This conversation is beyond you people. Please stop coming here. Stop coming here. This conversation is not for you. Go and check. Yet they want to. Hey, it's about class. Look at Nigeria. It's a class war. But they will tell you it's about tribalism. It's about ethnicity. It's about religion. No. It's not. That noise is preventing us from having the real conversation. Okay. You're answering Zima UC. I hope your own madness gets cured. Look at foolish people. Idiot. A headshot. You can't even shoot. I can shoot better than you. So you are just making yourself look more miserable and stupid and emptier. You are showing yourselves to be emptier than people originally thought. Go check those things, guys. It's a facade. You cannot tell me that the Church of England is sorry, honestly, and they are still if they are sorry, please, why don't they stop depreciating the naira? Why don't they stop depreciating the naira? Tell me. Has the naira appreciated since then? Don't you know that the Central Bank of Nigeria is tied to the Bank of England? Don't you know someone, please send him my WhatsApp number. Guys, don't you know that the Bank of England still controls your money? Aliko Dangote's uncle, Dan Tata, Why do you think he enjoyed the company of the British and today their family still enjoys it? Who brought their banks here? Who brought their banks? Who brought their banks, guys? Tell me. Tell me who brought their bank. Someone please put my number there. Put it here. I want even those stupid people to be calling and making fool of themselves. Who brought those banks? Oh, the same people that were trading in slaves. Okay. The same people that the slave masters armed. Oh. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, the white people trust you so much. They trusted your ancestors so much that they gave them guns, right? Okay. So now these people. When did coinage started in our place? Do you think the British brought us the first coin? No. No, they didn't bring us the first coin. We've been using actual gold coins. How did they get to know about the Benin Empire, the Nok kingdoms, about all these places? It's through their gold because it bears their seal. That time you can use any money you have to buy things, something anywhere you go to, because it's just gold. Gold is gold everywhere. And how they got to do it is another story. I have many versions of why we are using gold as money. But I'm still doing my investigation, even though I know where my heart is. But I'm not going to come here and say something that I don't know for sure. I'm still investigating. Rotimi Milano, let me block you first. Don't come here to tell me how to run my page. Don't come here to tell me how to run my page. You don't know what's going on. Just sit down, listen. If you don't want to listen, just go. So people, tell me, why did they remove their money from the gold standard? Why? Why would they remove their money from the gold standard? I will take that. Amen. I will take that. Why did they remove their currency from the gold standard? See how your money was stable before, until the whole world started using the dollar as a central currency because the agreement was that it will be on the gold standard. That was the Bretton Woods Agreement. That was the Bretton Woods Agreement. Okay. I think you have to go to your Nnamdi Kanu and get your daily dosage of hate. That's not for you. Okay. Okay. Tell me, why did they remove it from the gold standard? Who removed it? It was Nixon. Nixon's crime, or biggest crime, was not the Watergate scandal. And if you finally get to know what he was looking for then, you will sit quiet. He thought that by opening China for business, he has fulfilled all their demands, until he started getting too close, because Nixon knows exactly what happened to JFK. Nixon knows exactly, he knew what happened to JFK. Hey, he took over from LBJ. They asked him a question. He said, everyone knew that LBJ, just like me, wanted to be president. But he was more desperate than I was. The day JFK was assassinated, the night before it, there was a meeting at a Texas oil magnate home. Before it all went down, the Bushes were there. Matterson was, oh, come on. Sounds like the same name of the people that were controlling Hong Kong on behalf of the British monarchy. It's not alien. They just put the alien there to fool the masses. It's just to fool the masses. Okay? The alien story was infused there to confuse the masses, to take your eyes off the ball. Okay? It's to fool you. It's to fool you. But when you go deep into it, the same forces have gathered against Donald Trump now. Look at John Bolton's book. These guys are still stuck in their old system that he wrote in his book, that everyone wanted a strike on Iran, but Trump wouldn't do it. As if that was supposed to make Trump look bad. Hey guys, you are campaigning for him. You are campaigning for him. The Federal Reserve, go and check how many people has he appointed to lead the Federal Reserve Bank. And they threatened each and every one of them. The last one was a black man. His last pick. Businessman Herman Cain. Okay? Because the Bank of England cannot function without the Federal Reserve Bank. Are you hearing me? It's like a table. If you destroy the Federal Reserve Bank, that means the Bank of International Settlements will be shaken. The World Bank itself, the IMF. Look at Christine Lagarde. Christine Lagarde, a woman that was indicted for fraud, and she was paid a prison sentence. She's now in charge of the European Central Bank. And the same people are behind the anti-Brexit movement. The same Bank of England. That's why you see in Britain, the elite class don't want Britain to leave, but the ordinary people want to leave. You can't fish. You are not allowed to go to fish from a certain distance in your own water. People in the UK, what has happened to the community called Grimsby? Britain is an island. Water everywhere. Fishing is supposed to be giving them money. They kept quiet while they were robbing, and they are still robbing Somalia. The same thing they are doing to Somalia is the same thing they are doing to the British people themselves. That is the chicken coming home to roost. Courtesy of food, the Bank of England, all the companies that are doing that are all listed on the London Stock Exchange. Go check it. Go check it. Go see, go figure. No kidding. Look at their spelling. This is the, I love the smartness of all these dummies. Ndọka dada dị keke ejekwere jeje were nwa data 100 gị jeje zuo ike. Idiot. Are you getting me, guys? They are still listed there. The same thing they did in Somalia, they are still doing in Somalia. It's the same thing they are doing to their own people. Hey, take your welfare benefits and sit down. The United Kingdom is a prison. It's a prison. It's a prison. Are you getting me? That's still, hey, this is an ancient system that survived many revolutions. And most of those revolutions, they sponsored them. The real ones that were supposed to be against them were stopped. And the people are wiser now. The same people are creating fake revolutions everywhere. They are the ones creating all these fake revolutions you're seeing. Go and check the people backing Black Lives Matter. Huh? Oh, go and check it. Go and see, my people. I want us to look at this thing. And my people, you remember what I told you guys? All these black people in America do not get white people angry. Those ones you saw when the stupid governor of Michigan and some states started threatening people who were opening their shops. You saw how they came out. What happened? Why weren't there a single Antifa thug, Antifa terrorist, or Black Lives Matter idiot there? And they were framing it that this is a white supremacy protest. Hey, people want to open their businesses. 45 million unemployed over nothing. Fake depression. Fake. You saw when they came out with their rifles, not a single one of all these fools went there. There is a reason it's happening in liberal cities and not conservative controlled areas, because they have guns. Black people in America, respect yourselves. At this point, you are the ones looking for their problem. You want to fight against slavery? Go to Wall Street. Go to all these states, Mississippi. Go there, the plantations. Check your top Democratic donors. They were plantation owners. Okay? They were plantation owners. If you really want to march against slavery, burn things that are related to slavery, go there and burn those old farms. Stupid idiot. Nnamdi Kanu has eaten your brains. Go there and burn shit down. I will support you. If you need their names, I will give you. I will give you if you need their names, if you need their addresses. If you need their addresses, I will give you. All these people that are coming for distractions here, sorry, I'm blocking you people. Okay. Oh, now this smart guy BJ, yes, na me. And I'm happy you are looking. I'm so important that you are coming to look for me. Yes, they've come. Idiot. Go there and burn shit down. Okay? Destroy those things. I would march behind you. Virtually, I bet. The Bank of England has a hand in what's happening here directly. Are you hearing me? Again, I return back to what I'm saying. White people they've had it with you people. They've had it with you people. It's there. It's up on their necks. And when you see all the Seattle area you are talking about, my dear, 200 white people would disperse them. Since you people say you are up for revolutions, for a revolution, no problem. Let's say all of them will disappear immediately. And he's not going to lose Trump any vote. Are you getting me? Let me go to this video. It's from True News. Hey, this is a Christian website. I keep telling you people, Christians, Nigerian Christians and white American Christians, okay, let's say black Christians and the white Christians are representatives of their institutions. The white church is different from the black church. Why? The white church build their people up. The black church extort money from them. You have no hero, you have no leader. From your church to your fake activists. Some call themselves freedom fighters. You have no one speaking for you. They all have their different plans and different projects. This white pastor you are seeing, Rick Wiles, they are calling him a white supremacist, this and that. Why do they hate him? They kicked him off of YouTube. They kicked him away. In fact, I think out of anger, he stopped streaming on any social media. No, he's using his own website. He's using, like, I'm going to build mine. I was going to build it until this nonsense lockdown came in. I want to start something before I tell guys. So anybody who wants to support, yeah. I'm not going to do it with an empty hand. I'll have to start it, then I'll tell you where I've reached, because I need enough bandwidth for emergency sake. Do you know how many accounts they've taken down? Now the people are becoming aware of what's going on. The white church, that white pastor is warning the people about what's coming. That was the man that talked about the China virus first. We heard it first in October of last year. Last October. So when I'm telling you that I talked about coronavirus in October, I got it from him. I heard it from him first. Cash TVs, yes. The Cash TVs. Okay, I heard it from him. He's a pastor, but I'm using his videos, his clips. Why? I find him honest. I find him honest. I don't, of course, you know my stance on religion, not just Christianity, religion as a whole. But I'm going there. I watch him because he has the information I need. I don't need to like him or argue with him to get message from him. If I had not gone there, believe me, I wouldn't know a lot of things. I know, not that I wouldn't know them, but I wouldn't be able to connect many dots. Some information you need is in the hands of your enemy. So are you not going to infiltrate the city and go there, get it? Build allies. And in the process, you'll find out that actually, hey, you have nothing against all these people, that you all are fighting for the same thing. The noise you see in everywhere is coming by a tiny minority. A tiny minority everywhere. Go and check the type of people. Go and check the type of people that carried out all these fake revolutions. Okay? The communists, the Bolsheviks, when they took over Russia and created the Soviet Union, go and check it. Go and check it. Let's go there, please. Let me block one idiot first before we go. Then I'll come back later to my blocking mission. Okay? I will share the screen here. But let me get it ready before sharing the screen. Okay. It's ready, guys. I want to show you what these people are planning. They are not going to take it anymore. You are not going to bully these people. You don't have the capacity. And this peace you are seeing, they are the ones holding it. Barack Obama would do well to tell his handlers to cut it out before something happens, because none of them will go scot-free if it devolves to where I think it will devolve to. Although they don't have fighters anyway, all these ones with no upper muscle. How are they going to carry out a revolution? Let's go.
This is True News. I'm Rick Wiles. Protesters tried tearing down a statue of Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States of America, in a park near the White House on Monday, scrawling "Killer Scum" on the pedestal, pulling on the monument with ropes before police intervened. We have this Reuters report from Lafayette Square in Washington, D.C.
With ropes tied around his horse, protesters tried to pull down the statue of former US President Andrew Jackson on Monday near the White House, but were ultimately driven back by police. Video showed demonstrators climbing on the bronze statue in Lafayette Square and scrawling "Killer Scum" on its base in the latest bid to destroy images of historical figures considered racist. Police in riot gear then moved in on protesters to drive them back, led by US Park Police, swinging batons and firing chemical agents to drive back protesters. By dark, police had taken control and outnumbered demonstrators. Native American activists have long criticized Jackson, the 7th US president, for signing the Indian Removal Act, in which thousands of people were driven from their land by the government and died during a forced march west in what was called the Trail of Tears. President Donald Trump tweeted that numerous people had been arrested for what he called the disgraceful vandalism.
Edward Zoll and Doc Burkhardt are with.
My people, do you get it? You see that Andrew Jackson you're seeing? One of his favorite quotes, if not his favorite quote, is when he said, "I killed the banks." He told them that when he dies on his tombstone, he wants them to inscribe the word "I killed the banks." Are you getting me? That was what he told them. This is the same guy on the $20 bill. They told you that they wanted to put a black woman on the face of a US banknote. And of all the people they could think about, it was Andrew Jackson. He was the one that refused to renew the Federal Reserve Bank charter before it was the Federal Reserve anyway. Individuals are the one issuing the currency you are using. They are the ones issuing the currency you are using. And the same people are at war with the masses. But because they control the academic institutions, they control the media, your news sources, that's why people are not able to see what is happening, what is going on. The Bank of England has a hand in it. Before, they were invading them militarily. Now they can't do it militarily. Now you know why they've been wanting to disarm Americans. When there is a mass shooting in a school, they will tell you that they have to take guns away from the people. At a time, the majority of their people are dying of overdose, drug overdose. All manner of class A drugs that messes up the minds of the people. And logically, we've been devolving as a society, percentage-wise. If you live in the West, you will attest to this. All these people leading this protest, please go and check DSA convention last year. Democratic Socialists of America. Go and check. It was funny and heartbreaking at the same time. Some people just found it funny when it happened. The videos went viral. But we are saying, hey, these are zombies. These are zombies. They will roll them out at any time and tell them to attack anyone, and they will start attacking. It's everywhere. Just like some IPOB guys. Many IPOB people are there, not some. You see the way in the north those days they were using poor people to destroy people's properties, kill them, burn their churches, burn their business places. Everyone kept quiet. Now the same people have graduated. Now they kill anyone. This Andrew Jackson, they want to topple his statue, destroy the banks. He refused to renew the charter, the bank charter. And it was like that up until 1913. Read the creature from Jekyll Island, from Edward G. Griffin. How these people set up this current Federal Reserve banking system. Check the people that were present there. JP Morgan, go and check him, and the Bank of France. Go there, go and check the Bank of France and the Bank of England. You see Jean-Pierre Morgan. Jean. I don't know how to do Gaelic very well. The same guy that was fingered in the sinking of the Titanic. HMS Titanic, he was supposed to be there. Then he said he had a doctor's appointment in Paris. Meanwhile, he was seen in a restaurant. They said he was hospitalized. People saw him in a restaurant. That news died. The same people formed this banking system. Again, with the Bank of England, now they're apologizing for slavery. What apology? Let's continue.
Me to talk about the meltdown of the United States of America in the summer of 2020. Doc, Edward, we've reached a stage now, in a matter of weeks, that communist revolutionaries are gathering in the nation's capital near the White House, attempting to pull down a statue to the 7th president of the United States of America. And there's hardly a reaction.
I know, no one seems to be upset about it. I mean, is this the year where just general America is not upset about anything? I mean, they're not upset about 45 million people out of work. They're not upset about statues being pulled down.
How about the Supreme Court? How about the Supreme Court redefining sexual gender?
Yes, it doesn't upset anyone, does it? I mean, is this where we're at?
Yes.
And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, I mean, then you see a story like this today. Andrew Jackson, and Andy stood tall, didn't he? And so they didn't pull it down. But I'm just continue to be shocked.
I know what Andrew Jackson would have done if he were alive. He would have single-handedly killed all of them.
Of course.
And I'm not ashamed to say that. Andrew Jackson would have killed all of them.
Of course.
These people are communist revolutionaries.
They invaded our capital with intent to destroy. I think had this been 1814 when the British burned Washington, D.C., we would declare war. We would have our troops deployed.
Did you get that? In 1814, the British declared war on America and they burnt down the White House. They came in from Canada. The British still control Canada 100%. That's why it's called the Dominion of Canada. And every Canadian citizen is a subject of the crown. Currently is Queen Elizabeth II. The crown is still there. The same people, hey, they co-own the Bank of England with the Rothschilds, like I've shown you. Check the old Nigerian flag. You will see the British Union Jack. on one side, then you see the so-called Star of David, which is the family insignia of the Rothschilds. That's what you see on the flag of Israel today. That's what you see on the flag of Israel today. What you see, what you saw in 1914 was them merging their businesses because the First World War was on the horizon, was already, it has heated up by then, but people didn't see it. In order not to have an internal war when they have an external enemy, they all merged their businesses, they folded them into one. Go and check the Battle of 1812, the Battle of Waterloo. What happened? The news that came late changed everything. Nathan Rothschild took over almost 65% of the Bank of England. The Queen will always shake you with a glove. They told you that the only person she couldn't shake with a glove was the US president. Guess what? She can't shake a Rothschild with a glove on. That's if they decide to take her hand. Jacob Rothschild went into the bank, into the vote of the Bank of England, was there with the Queen. They were supervising the gold, and he refused to acknowledge the Queen because of a statement the palace made, which he doesn't like. He refused to acknowledge the presence of the Queen as if she wasn't even there. These are your rulers, these are your masters.
Fight an enemy, but right now, from the White House, a rabble of anarchists not only want to take that statue down, Rick, they want to do far more. If they could get onto the grounds of the White House, they'd burn the Oval Office.
So how far away are we, or how close I should say, to the day that we see the news headlines on Drudge Report, see the video on Twitter of a major historical monument destroyed?
You're talking about on the level of like the
Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, Mount Rushmore. How long?
These are we're days away.
We have the Taliban, left-wing Taliban blowing up monuments. You know, Nigel Farage said that on radio in London, and he lost his job over it.
Right.
He called them Taliban. He lost his job. They are just like the Taliban.
Yeah.
They're radicals, they're dangerous, they're revolutionaries, they're extremists, they're violent.
They're revisionists. They want to destroy history and legacy.
I mean, it's right out of Orwell's 1984. They renamed, they pulled down the statues they didn't like. They rewrote the books they didn't like. They
had a new speak.
They had new speak, new language, new words. Everything was redone to erase the memory of the past. We see the same thing happening here. They don't like the past, and the Constitution is going to be racist. The Lincoln Memorial is going to be racist. The Washington Monument is going to be racist. I mean, we did a
U.S. dollar.
Yes, it's going to be
it
racist.
Has George Washington and God's name on it. They will demand new money. There won't be anything left of the old America if these people are not stopped. And we're rapidly approaching the day that American patriots will have to stop them. I've dreaded seeing this day come. I've spoken against it. I've pleaded with people. Do something before it reaches the state. But we're reaching the state, and it looks like it could happen in the summer, maybe the fall of 2020, where American men, you and I, American men, are going to have to go out in the streets and stop it. Our government is not doing it. It appears that the leadership of the U.S. military is siding with the revolutionary communists.
Are you hearing it? Not the leadership of the U.S. military, the people they appointed. They are not even, they are not just, oh, please. Let us stop calling these people the leadership of the U.S. military. Hey, there is no leadership in the U.S. military other than the U.S. presidency. Mark Esper and all these people, James Mattis, that are making noise, even the soldiers under them know that these people are working for the people that want to destroy America. They are the ones that sent them to all these fake wars. They went there, they saw it. That's why when they came back, some of them, when they come back, you see how they commit suicide. On average, 22 a day. And you think if push comes to shove, that they wouldn't hang these their leaders first. Let me tell you, something happened last year. People didn't understand it. Donald Trump went to Afghanistan by himself. Was this Afghanistan or Iraq? When he flew in, he was flying dark. After spending trillions of dollars in the Middle East, a US president had to fly dark under the cover of darkness into a region they are saying they've stabilized. And when he got there, he did not talk to the military heads. No, he spoke directly to the ordinary officers, the rank and file. He spoke to them directly. You saw that Nigerian lance corporal, a lance corporal of the Nigerian army. You saw the video he did. Someone sent it to me. I just shared it on the page. You think it's just peculiar to Nigeria? No, the rank and file know exactly what's happening, just like in the FBI. They know exactly what's happening, and these people think that if push comes to shove, that those people will turn their guns on their own siblings. Remember, the US military is overwhelmingly white. The people you are insulting, the people you are intimidating. This is just a mere empty threat. The people you are trying to intimidate, you are hurting. The people whose families you are hurting are the same ones in your military, right? Don't worry, we are waiting and we are watching. Guys, strap up.
The media clearly favors the communist revolution. The Democrats are the communists. That leaves the American men in this country who believe in freedom and liberty and the original Constitution. That leaves us to take the final stand for freedom in this country. I can't believe I'm saying these words today. I can't believe this is happening. But I'm watching a communist revolution unfold in real time. And people are watching it like they're watching a movie.
Right.
It's not a movie. This is a real revolution. The next phase is to kill you.
The images you saw weren't happening in Baghdad or Kiev or anywhere else. They were happening in Washington, D.C. And they were, how they even got that close to put a chain around Andrew Jackson?
Because the city government is revolutionary.
Yes, Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
He opened up the city. She renamed one of the streets. Allow them to spray paint a new flag, the DC flag, right there on the street.
And as we saw yesterday, one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter said, "We are trained Marxists."
Oh,
but
no one cares. And it doesn't.
I do. I'm not going to live under Marxism.
oh,
I'm going to make this very clear. I've said it before.
Yes.
I am not going to live under Marxism.
of course.
I was born a free man. I lived a free life. I will die a free man.
Of course.
I've made my decision. I will die as a free man. I am not going to live under this revolutionary communism that's sweeping across America right now. I will take a stand and I will die a free man. And I'm challenging every man out there, get ready. Get ready.
Did you hear that?
We're going to have to defend our homes, our families, our country, our churches. We're going to have to do it this year. They're forcing us to do this. And there are powerful forces in this country that want this to happen.
Yes.
Because they want you and me dead. That's what they're after.
Yes.
Either way, if you stand up against it, you may die.
Yes.
If you let it continue, you will die.
Of course.
Which one do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Those are your choices. In a revolution, you can either surrender
Mm-hmm.
and live as a slave the rest of your life. Your children, your grandchildren will live as slaves. never taste freedom, never experience freedom. So that's your first choice, surrender.
Oh,
Your second choice is be quiet.
oh,
Just stay out of the way. Let them do what they want to do. Your third choice is fight, and you may die. Your fourth choice is leave the country. Those are your choices. This is where we're at in 2020. And every one of us will have to make that decision. You're going to have to choose one of those four in the year 2020. That's where we are at today.
Yes.
It's becoming evident to, what I call, traditional mainstream conservatives in the country. It's becoming evident to them. They know that this is a revolution and that there's going to be a confrontation if it is not stopped soon. Every week it gets worse. We're talking about things today that 3 weeks ago we
unconscionable. We couldn't even come up with a headline that Andrew Jackson in front of the White House, that someone put a chain around his neck and try to drag him off that
statue of Theodore Roosevelt being removed from the New York
Museum of Natural
History. What's next? All right. Mount Rushmore.
I mean, you've got two slave owners on there, right? You got Abraham Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt's already being removed there. Why not?
And the Abraham Lincoln, in some places, in some parks, in liberal-run cities, they've removed the statues of Abraham Lincoln. Some of those things were paid for by freed slaves, donations from free slaves. The people who were freed by the Emancipation Proclamation, the Emancipation Act, the slaves who were freed donated their own money to build that statue for that man. This is not a system he created, it's a system he was born into and he destroyed it. They are now pulling down his statue. Hey, Black people in America, respect yourselves. These guys are not joking. I've sounded the alarm for a long time. Most of them don't want to hear it. Respect yourselves. These guys are not kidding.
Why not Mount Rushmore too? So, I mean, what are they going to do? Chisel his face off? Chisel Washington's face off? Just cover him up.
Or they'll use a bazooka.
And that's what the Taliban did. In Afghanistan.
They just launched mortars and blew up things. It's coming, folks. It's actually here. It's not coming. It's here. They're actually doing it. We just saw a video of radicals in Washington, D.C. trying to topple a statue to Andrew Jackson. And if you know your history, you know what Andrew Jackson would have done if he were alive on that horse. There wouldn't be any communist standing.
That's right. To the banks.
Yeah. But Andrew Jackson was a tough man.
Yes.
I think the man could have single-handedly killed all of them.
Most possible.
He would have had those he didn't shoot.
He'd use a scabbard on.
He would have used a bayonet, and those he didn't bayonet, he would have jumped off his horse and sliced their throats. We don't have men in this country that will stand for freedom anymore. Everyone wants to sit home and just watch this happen on TV, look at their Twitter feeds, right? Talk about it, think about it.
You're not going to tweet yourself out.
Send emails, share links. Okay, well, while you're sharing links, they're tearing down statues.
That is a call for action. What he just did is a call for action without calling for action. Ask yourself, why don't these people go and try this thing in red states? Not because the people there are more racist than the people in Silicon Valley. Go and check the people that control Silicon Valley. The elite whites. Asians. I'm talking about the Chinese and the Indians. Please, as a black man, is your life safer in India than in the USA? Is your life safer in China than in the USA? So why are they not taking the protest to the Indians there, or the Chinese over there, or the white ruling elite? They are the ones with the money, not these poor people that are trying to run their businesses. Most of them have not run their business. They don't have any family business that has lasted maybe, let's say, 120 years. But all the colonial institutions, the banks, the businesses, their monopolies are still there. Some of them over 150 years, they've always been at the top. So why don't you start there? I know a certain shop that was opened in 1789. They're selling guns. It's a gun shop. It's a gun shop. Right? Go there, you see it. 1789. How many years? But when you go to the USA, all the corporations that have stayed that long all ran slavery. Yet they are still there. They thought someone thought they were doing an actual revolution and tweeted about going to a Jewish neighborhood, Diamond District. Immediately, the police went to his house and arrested him. Guys, you are going to see so the same people that ran the communist revolution in Russia, the Bolsheviks.
This is a real revolution. And I'm telling you, the man behind it is Barack Hussein Obama. He's an evil, wicked man. He's a communist. And he is the man behind this revolution. Make no mistake about it.
He is the man they are giving the orders to give to the people. His VP, who is running against Trump. When was the last time you saw Joe Biden conduct an interview, answer questions? When it was Trump versus Hillary, you saw the two of them digging it out on national TV. Trump destroyed Hillary. Imagine what he would do to Joe Biden. Don't worry, they can't hide him for a long time. The debate will still occur, right? Man, it is going to be disastrous. You will have fun watching it. There is a reason they don't want the election to hold. They told you that Donald Trump doesn't want the election. No, they are the ones who dread the election because they have no policy to put before their people. Barack Obama is just the face of it. He is just the face. There are people behind him. It's just like saying that Vladimir Lenin was in control of the Russian Revolution of 1917. No. Some people armed him. Some people gave him gold. He entered into Russia in an armored train with gold in it. Then they started cooperating with criminals. They started cooperating with criminals. That was how Joseph Stalin came into the fray. They will have their people who speak good English, who this time around they don't even have people that speak good English. I mean the people, you know now. Trotsky was in New York, living in a hotel in New York. Who was funding his stay in New York when it happened? And they trusted Lenin more than him. That was why not many people know about Leon Trotsky. But you hear about Vladimir Lenin. Both of them are J. They are both J people. And do you know that before Lenin died, he told them not to give Joseph Stalin power? Then Stalin came in, and his ruthlessness was way out of the line. Khrushchev He's a company man. He's a member of the Communist Public Bureau. But there was a reason they attacked Khrushchev more than they attacked Nikita Khrushchev. There was a reason they attacked him more than Joseph Stalin. Even they were singing songs about Joseph. Hey, those of you in France, ask your socialists, the people we call socialists today. Stalin is their hero. Paul Walker even sang when I think that was when he fell ill or what. This song, The Old Man's Back Again. I love that song. When they thought he was dead, then he came back to life, just like the North Korean leader. Someone in the USA will be singing of his praise. So Obama is just the face. There are people who put him there. Obama is one, he lost his law license. You don't lose your law license for being good. And you submit it because you don't want to go to trial. Then how did the person manage to end up in the White House? Just like Hillary Clinton, she can't practice law in the USA. Just like Bill Clinton. Man, it's something bigger than a lot of people know.
Barack Hussein Obama is the Vladimir Lenin of this revolution. He is the man who's pulling the strings. His commitment is to the communist movement.
Well, what gets me, Rick, is the lack of reaction from the general American population to everything that's going on. What monument has to come down in order for there to be reaction? Well, I mean, which monument will it be? Will it be the Washington Monument? Will it have to come down? Will the Capitol building have to be set on fire? What will it take to get the American people to realize that the revolution is underway? It's been underway now for months.
Every act like that emboldens the communists and intimidates the population.
Yes.
And it brings them one step closer to our churches and our homes. Because they're eventually going to run out of statues, right? They're eventually going to run out of targets.
Yes, and they will head to their primary target, the church. The Christian church is their primary target. I want to show you some more video. This next one. Did we show number 2?
Not yet.
Okay,
This is a report from DCTV.
Yeah, so this is from WTOP Radio, Washington, D.C. Some just raw video footage of the radicals, the communists last night trying to pull down the Andrew Jackson statue. Let's watch it.
She's a nice lady.
Rick, that was Lafayette Park. The anarchists have turned that park, really known to be the center stage, right in front of the White House, as if they've turned it into an anarchist jungle gym. You saw those men climbing on a traffic light, as you saw the church, which was both the scene of protests and the president walking out, holding up a Bible, St. John's Episcopals. They spray painted the new name for another autonomous zone, the BHAZ. This is an autonomous zone very much like one that Razzmatazz set up in Seattle.
They're trying to set up an autonomous zone in downtown Washington near the White House.
The White House.
And you got some people even acting like police in there too. They're carrying around shields and everything. We've got some video of that.
They're revolutionary police.
Right.
All right, let's watch it.
You see these shields? This is what we call community police.
Shut up. See this fat idiot. Go and cook. Stop eating burger. Idiot. She probably doesn't know how to cook, but she's ready for a revolution. Imagine if every restaurant is shut down. How would this fool feed herself? This is how you come by the policing. Go and check the murder rate in Chicago. 2 weeks ago, it was 18 dead, over 84 shot. Last weekend, it was 70-something shot, 14 dead. Black people. Kai.
We don't need you. We got our own motherfucking people, and they actually standing up to protect
They're the new police, Rick.
Angry
No, they're not.
lesbians.
The clash is coming. The war that they've wanted for so long, it's coming. I can feel it. You know it's coming. I don't want it to happen, but I'm not going to live like this. I'm not going to live like this. I'm not going to be intimidated by a rabble-rouser band of communists, agitators, and revolutionaries. I'm not going to live like this. Men, you're going to have to take a stand very, very soon. You're going to look at the original patriots. They lost everything.
Yes.
They lost everything. The signers of the Declaration of Independence, they lost everything. They lost their fortunes. They lost everything for freedom. You and I are going to have to take the same step. But we got to walk away from this country. You got to choose which one you're going to do.
Of course.
Stand or walk away. But I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to sit. Either our government gets up and defends the constitutional republic and the people of this country, or the American people must take action.
And guys, when European men want to act, stay the hell out of the way. This is a fake revolution. It won't stand. They just want to use mail-in ballot voting system. No. If you can't go to the poll, forget it. That is how it should be. Not that I want to exclude the disabled. I say the disabled. No. Take they have everything they need. They are being well taken care of. They have their electric wheelchairs. Their motorized vehicles, wheelchairs, motorized ones. Then if you are too weak to go there in your motorized vehicle, hey, you are probably too weak to vote. Because the risk of the fraud in election outweighs one person or just a group of people not being able to vote. The voter fraud that's going on hey, those of you in the USA, please, how did the Republican lose their base in California? How did they do it? How did it happen? Just a midterm election, they couldn't call the result that night. They had to count the absentee ballot. Then after that, the Republicans lost all, I think it was a 12 or 14 seats they were leading it. Including a Democrat who was caught. She was having sex with her female intern, a young intern. Then in another group relationship with an intern and her boyfriend. Her nude photo leaked. And there was an iron cross here. Why did she tattoo an iron cross there? She's a Democrat. That iron cross that is one of the symbols of the Nazi Germany. And remember, after the fall of the Nazi Germany, the CIA took many Nazi scientists, not just scientists, the elites, they took them to the USA. Some of them went to Chile. Some went to Argentina, including Adolf Hitler. Some went to Brazil. All these South American countries, there is a reason their presidents are all Europeans. The Iron Cross is tattooed on her hip. Go check Operation Paperclip. That's the name of the operation that took the Nazis to the Americas, North, South, and Central. Yet they are the ones telling you who the racists are. Are you kidding me? Who is fooling who?
They're leaving us no choice.
Yes.
And the sad thing is that this is what they want. They want the confrontation. But I tell you, it's going to end horribly bad for them.
Of course.
There's a reason the Japanese didn't invade during World War II.
You better believe it.
The rifle behind every blade of grass. Now it's every block.
Are you hearing it? Why the Japanese refused to invade? And the people who told them to attack Pearl Harbor were actually people who wanted to destroy Japan. And they told them that everywhere is open. Go and check the history. Read the stories you were not told. Forget about the ones you were told. All the defense systems were withdrawn. Then Japanese spies went there, started taking photos of all the places, sending them to Japan. Hey, they allowed you to attack it. They made it easy for you to attack. So they will see an excuse, use it as an excuse and invade Japan. Then they brought destruction upon themselves. Hiroshima and Nagasaki are living witnesses to it. Hey, a large percentage of the Japanese people don't like Americans, believe me. But those ones can't say it openly. But they still harbor it. Do you remember the story of the 47 Ronin? Is it 47 or 49? It's 47 Ronin. Forget about the movie. Go check it. You see, Asians, they can keep malice for years. You see, North Korea and South Korea, if they ever merge together, Japan is in problem. Both of them want to come together, but on whose term? That was why they were thwarting all of Trump's efforts to bring in peace in the Korean Peninsula. The Japanese didn't attack America. Why? Because everyone there is armed to date. That's why they will never surrender their weapons. Read their Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You cannot control an armed population. No. You lead them. You can't rule over them. No. There's a reason they are using all these cultural revolutions to tell them over, because you can't invade them. It's not possible.
This country's not been invaded by a foreign enemy, and we're not going to be overthrown by a domestic enemy. If Andrew Jackson were alive today and he could stream live on video to the American people, he'd be blowing a bugle and saying, "Rise up, men, rise up, rise up."
He would.
Rise up and be free. He wouldn't be intimidated by these little puke heads. What are we doing? What are we doing in this country? Sitting around watching this happen. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. It's coming much faster than any of us want to believe. It's coming very quickly. Led by Barack Hussein Obama.
And the people behind him.
President Trump said there's not going to be a autonomous zone in D.C. Well, I'm glad he said it, but what are you going to do, Mr. Trump? You don't have any power. Military's not on your side. Military's on the side. General Milley's on the side of the revolutionaries.
Mark Esper is on the side
Mark
of the
Esper.
revolutionaries.
Mark Esper. You said it, Mr. Trump. In Tulsa, military industrial complex.
Yes.
You said it. You know what the power is that's coming against you to remove you from the White House.
And they're calling your bluff publicly.
Yes.
You tweeted, if they try, they will be met with serious force. Well, Mr. President, they're there.
Jared Kushner, you going to send out Jared Kushner? What are you going to do?
Donald Trump should fire Jared Kushner. It's in their pocket, and he should stop seeing Sheldon Adelson as his friend. WikiLeaks dropped documents that made Hillary lose the election. She lost the election partly, not just partly, mostly because of what people found out about her. That was when some people stopped calling people conspiracy theories because everything was in the open. John Podesta email was given to WikiLeaks by Seth Rich, someone working for the Democratic Party. His computer was connected to the server, and that server was not even in the USA, it was in Ukraine. You will get to understand exactly what happened in Ukraine and what Trump was going after that made them start that nonsense Ukraine collusion bullshit. Go at the same people, the same bankers doing this, and they are here telling you that they are apologizing for slavery, and you want to believe it? You want to believe it? Empty words.
Yeah, Jared Kushner's got a bulletproof vest, right? He had that little trip to begin.
Well, what is the serious force that he's going to call out?
I mean, the 82nd Airborne, will they get recalled again by the Pentagon?
They were yards from the White House this time.
Yes. The president can hear the chants. Okay.
If those radicals could get over the fence and storm the White House, they will do to the Trump family what the Bolsheviks did to the Romanovs.
A blood sacrifice.
A blood sacrifice.
Again, what the Bolsheviks did to the Romanovs, they bayoneted the way you heard this, where the story stopped was that they bayoneted his daughters, killed the whole family. No, it was a satanic ritual that they carried out. Go check what they wrote on the wall with their blood. The same, they promised the Rothschild made the Romanovs. You see, what we call the United Nations today. You know, when they wanted to form a body like that, the Russians withdrew. They said no. There was a reason Peter the Great opened up China. He was the first European to open a trade relationship with the Chinese. Peter the Great of Russia. And those people came, destroyed their history. One day you will get to know the real history of Russia. Those of you from Ghana, do you know that Pushkin was a great grandson of a Ghanaian guy, a Ghanaian prince? The Russians named him Gannibal, not Hannibal, Gannibal. It's a rich history. One day when you hear it and you know why they destroyed the Tsar's Russia, at a time Russia was evolving. He started passing laws, what you call liberal democracy today. That was what Russia was moving into. Then all of a sudden, Vladimir Lenin rode into Russia in an armored train. Do you know what an armored train is? Who funded that movement? Who gave him that gold? Trotsky was in New York shouting, making his own noise. I believe Trotsky didn't get the full picture. He thought they were going to help him remove a monarchy in Russia. The same people who are backed by the other monarchies of Europe. I think maybe Trotsky knows. Maybe.
Sacrifice. They didn't just kill the Romanov family in Russia, they sacrificed them to Satan.
A ritual sacrifice.
Yes.
Drew on the wall in blood after the murders.
Seattle, the mayor finally says she's going to talk. She's going to talk to the revolutionaries
Yes.
and ask them
And negotiate her city
to
back.
negotiate a settlement with them. They can stay in the daytime, but they have to leave at night.
That's the craziest. What? Your mind cannot even
You can
comprehend
occupy the city in the daytime, but we need you to go home at night and don't kill anybody.
Oh, and can we have our police station back?
Yeah, please. Can we bring our police officers back in and let them take their position in the precinct? The rule.
That's the word of the average black man in 2020. That's not what white people do. Hey, when they come out and demand their city back, leave. Stand there, they will crush you and nothing will happen. You see the people that are sending these fools, these zombies out, they can't do shit. That's the reason they are sending all these animals. As in Nigeria, it's in America. They are weak people using zombies, dummies, to build a wall, a ring of fire around themselves. Hey, when you pursue these people, you see them, they will run away. All of them, they will run away.
By women, ruled by children. It's one of the curses that came on Israel.
Yes.
Ruled by children. It's a curse. It's a curse to be ruled by children. And that's where you're at, America. You're being ruled by misbehaving, rebellious children. It's a state that we're in. Anyhow, the mayor of this is
Vinny Durkan.
yeah, this is from King 5 TV in Seattle.
Well, Seattle's mayor says it is time to take back the police station abandoned during the ongoing protest on Capitol Hill. After weekend shootings in the protest zone called CHOP, the mayor says she and the police chief will not allow any more violence. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Greg Copland.
I'm Joyce Taylor. Seattle city leaders are changing direction after deadly gunfire in this area known as the CHOP over the weekend. They say that public safety is paramount. King 5's Ted Land joins us live from Capitol Hill with what we can expect next, Ted.
Well, the mayor and police chief say they want to work with protest organizers to keep the demonstration peaceful during the day and then make sure everybody goes home at night. But people inside the protest zone I spoke with say they still deeply mistrust city leaders.
It's time for people to go home.
Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan is pledging to restore safety to the streets of Capitol Hill, where weekend shootings in the protest zone known as CHOP left one man dead and another in critical condition. She and Police Chief Carmen Best acknowledge the demonstrations there have been mostly peaceful, but
there are also groups of individuals engaging in shootings, a rape, assaults, burglary, arson, and property destruction. And I have the police reports right here. I'm not making it up. These things have happened.
Mayor Durkan said during her press conference that the organizers of the Capitol Hill protest have concluded that they should not gather overnight. SPD says they won't send police officers into the neighborhood just yet. They plan to first work with community leaders to try and get people to leave once the sun goes down.
But the city will not allow for gun violence to continue in the evenings around Capitol Hill. And if individuals continue to remain at the park, we will be looking at additional steps to ensure community safety.
Chief Best says police will soon take back the East Precinct, the police station in the middle of the protest zone, which SPD abandoned during the demonstrations. CHOP organizers said they were taken aback by the mayor's statement about, quote, additional steps if people don't leave overnight.
The mayor says they want to take back the East Precinct. They think it's time for people to clear out of here at night because of the violence. What's your response?
I don't trust the mayor. I don't trust the mayor at all. We don't make sure they don't take back the precinct.
What happens if the police come and try to move back in here?
Good luck.
What is good luck? You can't do anything.
Good luck to you, okay? Because if we're being serious here. And she
No, they're
willing
not
to
going
take
to
it
do
back.
anything. No,
You don't think they're going to do anything?
No, they're not going to
they're
do
not gonna do
anything.
Well, then they completely lost control.
Yes.
Send the police, they can't do anything. My people, again, the people sponsoring these things are the same people who ran slavery. They are the same people who ran slavery. Okay? These are the same people organizing these color revolutions. Donald Trump, I'm happy he's now enjoying a dosage of what he is allowing to happen to other countries. What do you think the Iranians are passing through? What do you think the Venezuelans are passing through? What do you think the North Koreans are passing through? These same people orchestrating everything. In Turkey, do you remember the protest about Gezi Park? When the Turkish president, then prime minister, wanted to build a park at the center of Taksim Square there. He wanted to build a mall in a park. Their people rebelled. Then the government backed down. Okay, we are no longer building it. The protest still continued. That was when they knew that something was afoot. George Soros and co. Open Society, MoveOn.org. Hey, you don't play such nonsense trick with Turkish people. They know exactly what's happening. They know exactly how these things work. They know exactly what the Americans are doing in Afghanistan and Iraq. They knew what they were doing in Libya. Hey, they weren't too strong to oppose them. They just kept quiet. Right now, Turkey is in Libya. Go to Somalia. There was an attack on a Turkish military installment in Mogadishu. Do you think that ordinarily Somalian citizens will want to attack Turkey? Please, those of you in Turkey, how are Somalis treated here? And you think Somalis will want something to happen to Turkey? No. They are trying to divert attention. That is just a fake attack. I trust Turkish people, they will have to beef up the security. Right now, they are stopping people everywhere. They hardly stop a black man. Why? Because they know that black people pose no threat to them. They will stop people, hey, your documents, and they are looking for all these Arab-looking people, North African-looking people, because Americans will use them to carry out a terrorist attack in Turkey. The Turkish government know exactly what's happening. They are the same people telling Turkey who they should make their central bank leader. The governor of their central bank. Okay? Are you getting me? My people, wake up. Okay, guys. It's the same people. Why are we going to accept their fake apology? No, let me breathe first. Can we stop the war before you apologize? You apologizing while still hitting me. The London Stock Exchange can tack the Nigerian Stock Exchange right now, immediately. Right now. They can end your suffering by 80%. Those of your people that siphoned money, you are funding London, but you are saving it in Cayman Island. You are saving it in Dominica, all these Caribbean islands. Who do you think own those banks? Huh? The same system. That's why even those of them that want to bring the money back can't do it. The money they embezzle, do you know how these people open accounts? Those accounts you're seeing, if that man dies, nobody will access the money. And you wonder why most of them just die mysteriously. Your presidents, when they want to work, they start falling ill. Let me tell you, if Buhari was mentally sound, if his health was okay, believe me, things would have been a little bit better than it is now. Check his first 6 months. Weren't you there when his fans, his followers, were mocking people, showing their drinks, getting frozen in their refrigerators? All of a sudden, he started going there, sick. Yaradua. Hey, they are reaping the fruit of the fruit they planted. Had they done what they should do, I don't see any reason Nigeria shouldn't be the number one destination for health tourism in the whole world. Yes, because you check your currency, weigh it against the dollar, people want to have their medical procedures in your place. Instead of going to India, some Indians will be coming to your country. Okay? Instead of you going there, they should be coming to your place. Now, do you think a US president would even go to Germany to get a medical help? No. You can't get medical help there because they can kill you. You are the number one citizen of your country. What needle is going to your body, into your body? What did they lace it with? Tell me, what did they lace it with? Like this. They can kill your president. Immediately. It's that easy. Wake up. Don't buy what they are selling. If I catch you in Oakland, I wonder who you are catching in Oakland. And if I live in the same city with you as you, all these people, your own people here can't do shit. Tell them that I'm saying it, so you still wouldn't do shit there. I don't know why you're here making noise. My people, it's high time we woke up and realize that these guys are liars. Just if you need any further confirmation, the guy that led the attack on Deji is the same guy that is leading the Black Lives Matter protests in Nigeria. Wait, let me see who this one is. Opera Freedom. Opera Freedom, who called you here? Are you not hearing something with the craze? Who called you people here? Hey, listen. This guy, oh, your English is RIP English, rest in peace. Americans will see this type of English and they will depreciate the dollar even further. All this massacring of English may be the reason they are making our currency lose value. Eh? This guy is trying to gain sympathy also. I won't follow you. Hey, let me block you now to show you what I mean. Watch. Pew. Okay. Oh yeah, type again. Type again. Why are you people coming in the first place? Stupid idiot. My people, that's it. Open your eyes. Open your eyes and see what's going on. Don't let them fool you. That being said, my people, I thank you so much. I don't know when I will come back. Maybe 4:30, 5:30, maybe 6 p.m. Nigerian time. I want to host my brother Haruna Friday. I want to host Haruna Friday. I want to host him. We will talk about that Nigerian military guy, the last corporal that made a video. We want to keep an eye on him. We have to do it. We have to keep an eye on him. That message he gave is a very powerful message. CIA is on you, believe me. You see how they are deceiving you people. Jubri al-Sudani. I think at least you people are not saying that I'm Ijele from Chad. From Chad. Thank you guys on YouTube. I have to end the stream here. Please help me share it with friends and family. Like it, thumb it up. Guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me show you my YouTube channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. You saw what happened early this morning when we wanted to start. It may happen and they will take down the page. Not all these foolish people, they can't do it. They don't have the power. They don't have the power to do such. No, they do no such thing. You understand? My people, please subscribe to the YouTube channel so we stay connected. You are saying Victor Williams. My people, the funniest thing in life is someone with a fake account threatening you. I saw on Facebook a woman. Okay, let me block you too. Let me block you too. Foolish people. Most of your people, even in my family, they've abandoned your nonsense. Even most people that know me, they've abandoned your rubbish. They are happy. I'm mocking them. Your members, I'm mocking them. I went and mocked them this evening, yesterday evening. Yesterday evening, I went and mocked them. They couldn't do anything because they know that you people are liars, are full of shit. I told you, you only expose yourselves, not me. Guys on YouTube, I thank you for joining us. I hope you come back in the evening. Please turn on the notification bell, both on YouTube and Facebook, to know when we'll come live. Thank you, everyone.